What's up, guys? This is Kephas. You know, I remember that my initial reason for coming out this way was that I was going to actually head over to Kalimdor. I was going to make the quote-unquote reverse death run through wetlands and head on over to the elf area at Dark Shore, or whatever it's called. And once I got here, I just started having fun leveling up in Loch. So that's where we've been for a while as we continue our journey leveling up in WoW Classic. But I figure we might as well move on soon, but before we do, I'll finish one more quest in the quarry that I had started and didn't finish. I think we should be at a spot now where it shouldn't be too challenging. I'm not going to do the orcs on the top, or the ogres, I should say, on the top right corner of the map. That's kind of an elite area. You need kind of a group to do all that stuff. I fear that'd be too much of a pain. I'm not going to push my luck. Took care of old Sudi by myself, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that up there. So, figure we maybe could head on over to either Kalimdor, or maybe we'll go down to Red Ridge Mountains. There's some quests there that we could do as well, but that might be a little bit of an overpopulated area. But yeah, so we could do a couple of things, actually. Let me look real quick. I guess I could wait till I do this quest, but I'm thinking about it now. So Red Ridge is 15 to... let me get my crap together here. Red Ridge is 15 to 25, so we could actually go over to Kalimdor, maybe do a little bit in Dark Shore. It'd be a lot easier at 20, maybe do a couple levels, and then head back on over and do some Red Ridge. Maybe do some wetlands. We've also got Dark Shire as well. Duskwood is what it's actually called. I really have a bad time with the names in the game. There's so many similarities. So we have a lot of good options. We're actually in a really good place right now. And we could even go back to Westfall and do some quests there. So I guess we might as well just head on in here, take care of these gnolls, try to get this quest done, and that'll be the goal of the day. So it's actually kind of funny. When I do retail, I can almost complete an entire zone in one episode, or 2 episodes. Here, it's like a quest. One quest, not a quest line, not even like, a quest area, but like literally one quest is what we try to accomplish here. Sometimes we get more than one done, just depends on how challenging it is, but this one might not be too bad. But I feel like it might be kind of fun to run through Wetlands. Jeez, I'm so sorry, you guys, I'm the worst. If my abilities would not immune every 5 seconds, that'd be great. Yeah, so we gotta get 8 things off of this, which means it could take 5 episodes, because again, this is classic and drop rates are fun in classic, so we will see how it goes. Not to mention I'm being a coward and not wanting to fight more than one of these guys at a time. So yeah, that's just kind of how I do things. I try to be careful. I don't want to die. Dying as little as possible is my way of playing this game. So that might be hard if he sees us. He's going to see us. Yep, here he comes. Hi, dude. Should be fine. We'll see how this goes. This will be our test. These guys are a little bit higher. I've been fighting greens this whole time, so even though these guys are my level, it's kind of like, oh, he's immune to most of my wand shots too. So let's maybe try to use Shadow Bolt on him. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Get out of here. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so yeah, taking on 2 is tough. Like I said, I like to fight things that are a little bit below me. It may be slower, but it's also easier, and I kill things faster, so it's debatable. I'm sure there's somebody out there that has like a spreadsheet of exactly where you should go at exactly a certain point in each level, but I am not that guy. So anyway, we took care of that guy. We're going to get some easy XP here. It might even ding before we finish this romp here. Moving on to the next area. But yeah, so that's the plan. Got a lot of options. I got a lot of places we can go. That's always what I like to hear. I don't want to feel like I'm bottlenecked into a certain spot, especially in Classic, and especially when things feel difficult. That's always the worst. So having options is always the best thing. It's not the most efficient way to play, I don't think, because you want to try to cut down on travel time. But I like to have options. I like to move around and take advantage of the sort of easier places, I guess, and just kind of keep things fresh, because it is a long process. So that's kind of how I play, which, is probably why I don't have a single character at 60. I'm not the most efficient. I just kind of play casually and have fun. Which I kind of was mentioning this in my retail playthrough. If you watch both of these, you're going to hear this already. But I am working on classic guides, since the retail guides have been done for a while, since things are kind of picking back up in the world with all the craziness that has been going on, and things feel a little bit better. I have started to work on my next big project, which is getting WoW classic guides and macros out there. Now, the approach that I've chosen to take, because I don't have a single character at level 60, not a single one, and that's honestly mostly because of just the time investment and my unwillingness to just play WoW Classic all the time, to be completely honest with you. I have a lot of fun other games that I like to play. Been playing a lot of Overwatch and Animal Crossing with my wife, and plus there's retail to play, and then, you know, everything else that I like to do. So I just don't play Classic enough. I probably could if I wanted to, but it's for my own sanity. I don't have a single character to 60. I have been leveling up, and I do still level up. And so I think that I'm going to focus my guides on leveling, and leveling guides will be fun to make. It'd be a little bit different than just making in-game rotation guides, but it'll be kind of the same idea. It's just focused around leveling, and as you get abilities while you're leveling up, what to use, when to use them, how to be, you know, more effective, you know, and again, it's going to be more basic minded, you know, kind of focusing on the basics for beginners. I like to kind of fill that niche. That's what I feel like I'm best at, and people really seem to enjoy that. So I know for a fact there are a lot of people out there that would like to know a basic kind of quick guide to leveling for each class, and I think that I can maybe make something like that. There's a lot of information out there for me to do research on. I'm obviously playing through every character, so I'm trying to learn these things as well, and I feel like I can get something that's basic and simple out there, and then also make macros, you know, around, you know, the same idea. You can use them. Obviously, you'd be able to use them at any level, but they'll be focused on, you know, while you're leveling up. And, you know, in Classic, leveling is a big part of the game. In end-game, there's raids, there's dungeons, there's lots to do at end-game, but leveling really is a big part of Classic. So I don't feel like it's a bad thing to kind of focus on that, and I think it will, you know, a lot of people will enjoy that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about getting characters to 60 as fast as possible. I'm just going to worry about, you know, having fun, leveling the characters up, and then I can make something that will, you know, be cool and fun to do. And so that's kind of the focus. So there are macros coming, there are guides coming. It's not as easy and straightforward as retail, not only because of how long it takes to level up characters, but also just because of, I've mentioned this several times, it's a lot of it's how Classic plays. And, you know, when it comes to macros, it's not as straightforward as it is with retail because of that. So there's a lot for me to consider when it comes to making macros and going over that. Obviously, since I'm not max level, the macros are going to be a little bit limited in terms of testing. I'm going to go by what I understand how abilities are supposed to work. That's kind of what I'm going to go off of. So there's going to be a lot of, you know, unfortunately, I don't have a max level character to test every single ability that is obtained for every class. So that's why it's a little bit trickier. And then also just the way the class plays. You know, like, for example, with Warriors, I've mentioned this, I believe I've mentioned this before. You don't just want to, what's going on here? Invite you to join. I have slain the Rancor. No, that's a guild. No, I don't want to join. No thanks. That was a group. Sorry. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. That's what I'm focusing on. Hopefully I will get something out there that's good and is effective, of course. And like, one of the big challenges for Classic, and I'm sure a lot of you maybe have experienced this as well, if you've looked up other guides, a lot of guides go off of not what is currently, like, the way the game is programmed. They go off of private server data. And when you do that, unfortunately, things don't always match up. Private servers may not have gotten everything right, or may have done things a little bit differently than how the game is in actual Classic. So I can't remember exactly the example, but I was dealing with that with Paladins. There was a lot of debate because in a lot of private servers, there were certain abilities that were insanely powerful, but they're not at all powerful in Classic. because the private servers did not tune things correctly. So it's really hard to know if the data that you're going off of is private server data or if it's data that is actually accurate from the Classic. So, and that's still a problem because, you know, a lot of guides out there are like a year old or whatever, and so that's where it's tricky. I tend to not go off of guides that are that have been around longer than Classic. No, not disparaging the people that made them. It's just that they're outdated. They don't reflect how the game currently is, and that's one of the problems when it comes to, you know, making, you know, new guides. So, because honestly, what I do is I do a lot of research. I don't like just steal somebody's guide and then make it my own. I go through a lot of guides and a lot of suggestions and read, you know, Discord conversations and Reddit posts and just go off of like a lot of consensus and try to get the best data that I can to try to make the best guides that I can. I try to keep them as basic as possible, and I do that for people who don't want to do all of that research, and for people who don't want a lot of depth. They're not looking for all that stuff. They just want to know the basics. How do I play this game? How do I play this character? And then move on with their lives. They're not going to read that kind of stuff, and that's kind of like what I focus on. So that's kind of the deal. Also, we totally finished this quest, and I'm surprised. I didn't think we'd get it done that quickly. So we just need to get ourselves out of here. It's kind of dangerous, though, because we're in the thick of this. I'm going to try to sneak around this way, and I hope I don't pull that guy up there. So we can just go up and fight this one. Yes, that works out fine. And we are 71% into this level, which means we're getting close to hitting level 20, and it's hard to say what's going to happen when we get to level 20. So there, hopefully there will be something else for us to do here before we move on, but we'll see. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I'm working on that. That's going to be what my focus is. My plan is to do some classic stuff in terms of guides, classic macros, and hopefully, you know, by the time those are done and out there, then Shadowlands will be getting close, and then I'll start doing some Shadowlands guides again to get new updated macros and rotation guides out for Shadowlands. And then when I'm done with that, I'll come back to Classic. Hopefully I'll have some characters leveled up to max or close to it, and I can start working on end game guides and updated macros. For that, that's kind of my plan, and of course we will see how that goes. You know, if you know, plans are always, you know, they're what's intended. It's not always what's guaranteed. You know, there's an old saying: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Right? So, yeah. So my intentions are that we'll see if it actually happens. Now we are 78% into this level. Honestly, I guess we could make our way up towards wetlands, and I'll just fight along the way and just keep chatting and getting some skins and, you know, doing things that way. So I feel like I don't have any quests over here. At least I don't have any that my mod's telling me that are there. So I don't know if I did everything over there or not. So I don't want to like waste time going over that way. So we're just gonna go back around the loch and make our way up. I see a quest here, but if I remember right, that's just like I don't even want to go there because it's awful there. So we're just gonna move on out of wetlands now. So we have finished our quest. That actually was a lot faster than I thought. The drop rates were a lot better than I thought. I kind of wonder if the drop rates aren't as bad in Classic as they used to be in the original game. If that's the case, honestly, I'm fine with that because, I mean, they're not like 1-to-1 drop rates, right? So it's fine. They're not like made super easy, but they're not as ridiculous as they used to be. Or it could just be the quests that I've done so far aren't as bad as other quests that I remember. So, which is probably more like what it is. But yeah, so I got a lot. I'm really excited to get into the classic guides and kind of try to get something out there. I think leveling guides will be a lot of fun to make. It's a little bit of a different approach because, you know, I will go through. Mainly what I'll probably do is just like, you know, here's how you'll start, and then whenever there's a major change, I will kind of acknowledge that. And I'm obviously going to farm ore while we go, by the way, so I apologize. It's just kind of hard to not because of the money. If I can get to this one, which looks like this is up there. Yeah, screw that. I'm not gonna bother climbing a mountain. That's a pain. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I'm really excited because it's gonna be a different approach. I'll kind of go through the guide. I'll go through as you level up. Not every single level, obviously, but whenever there's a major, change or a major ability that's added. So like, you'll start off using this, this, and this, and then when you hit level 10, you'll be able to do this. So like, as a hunter at level 10, you will want to go do your class quest because you will learn how to tame a pet, that kind of thing. And then you'll start using, Hunter's Mark at level 4 or whatever it is. So like stuff like that. I think that'll be kind of fun and kind of flesh out the rotation as you level up. And kind of go over suggestions for talents maybe, but not too in depth, because I don't like to go in depth on talent builds for a number of reasons. Because one, it's a hotly debated thing, always has been for World of Warcraft, and I don't want to get into that. People will always tell you that you're wrong, no matter what you do, no matter who you follow. You could follow the most, the highest rated person who makes a guide. Like, a lot of in-game raiders, a lot of like competitive raiders make guides, and there are, some schmo out there who probably hasn't even cleared mythics or whatever is going to tell you that you're wrong. So, that happens. That's World of Warcraft. That's the way it is. And so I tend to stay away from the end-game, high-level, elitist jerks type of, min-maxing. That's just not how I play the game anyways. I don't feel like I'm an expert at that kind of stuff. So I kind of stay away from that crap and just focus on the basics, because I feel like 90% of people, that's about all they care about. People just play this game casually. A lot of people do, and I think that's fine. So that's kind of where I want to keep my attention mainly. So sorry I went on that like detour wild goose chase for nothing, but either way, we're going to just kill these boars. Level up by killing boars the classic way, the Cartman way. That's how we do things here. So yeah, so we're 80%, almost there. I don't know if I may, if I don't get there before the end of this episode, I may just, grind it out real quick, hit level 20, get those abilities, and then we can make a death run next time. That'd be kind of fun. Because we get tons of stuff at level 20. We get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abilities at 20. I'll have to like pick and choose because I don't want to spend all my money. And we also obviously get a pretty big, I think 20, in increments of 5 or when you get the next tier of talent. So a lot of times you get like some cool talent at like level 20 or 30. A lot of times it's level 30. Depending on how you're building out your talent tree. But yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. Going to get all these resources we can. Unfortunately, seems like these areas are pretty tapped, picked clean. Thanks a lot, guys. But we'll do our best. So yeah, that's what's up. I'm having a lot of fun, man. I'm really enjoying playing Classic. I do play it. Like I kind of weave it in and out of like whatever else I'm playing, because again, if you watch my other series, what's been going on. Like I've been playing a lot of Overwatch with my wife. She recently got into the game. She's not even a gamer, and like I got her a Switch because she wanted to play Animal Crossing with me, but she wanted to have her own island. So like that was the first game that got her interested in like playing games, having her own console. And then she has been watching me play Overwatch for like the past several months, and I've been playing it for a while now, and so she wanted to try it out, and she never has played a shooter ever, and it was like at first she's like, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to play this game. It's rough, because it's just mentally like she couldn't figure out how the controls worked, and I was like, just keep trying, you'll get the hang of it. And sure enough, she just kept playing it and really liked it, and now she likes to play it. She plays Mercy and Moira a lot. That's who she enjoys. She likes to heal. And play characters that she doesn't have to aim as much with for now. She says, for now, until I get more practice in, and eventually I'll know how to aim. So she's fully intended on, learning and getting better, and that's awesome. And, I don't even care if we get better or not. I just enjoy playing the game with her so much that I'm taking every advantage of getting to do that. So I spend a lot of time playing Overwatch now, to be honest, and I love it. And that and Animal Crossing. Like today, we finally got to where we could terraform our islands, because I was playing Animal Crossing before her, and when she got her Switch, I decided to start over with her so we could build our islands up again together. And so it's been a lot of fun, as we go through the process together. We've been like neck and neck, and today we kind of, I guess, quote unquote, beat the story mode, like beat the game and unlocked the terraforming. So today we've been spending like hours terraforming our islands, which has been fun. Just trying to like finally getting to do the stuff that we want to do. So we spent the half the day doing that, and we'll probably spend all night playing Overwatch, and it's like the dream, man. So, but in between, from time to time, You know, and obviously things change. You know, you go through cycles with games. At least I do. I'll go through a phase where I just want to play a bunch of WoW, want a bunch of classic, and it's a lot of fun again. You know, that's how you keep yourself from getting burnt out. When you're someone like me who enjoys playing a lot of video games, that's how you do it. So you take a break when you're just not feeling it, because if it's not fun, you know, why do it? And that's any game, man. No matter how good or bad a game is. I mean, to me, if you play it so much and exclusively, especially when you're kind of wanting to play something else, that's kind of the worst. Is like, I want to play this game, but I got to play classic because I got to get these characters leveled up. That's not a way to do things. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate the game. You're going to hate what you're doing. You're not going to be excited about it. So it's like, no, screw that. We're going to take a step back. We'll get back into it, obviously, as we go. And of course, you know, because of the way I do it, I do enjoy it a lot, because I can just, it's there. It's not going anywhere. Hop on, you know, a few times a week, a couple hours a day, something like that. Get a little bit in, you know, slowly leveling up my characters, and it's all good. So that's how it's been working, and I'm excited to get some guides out. So that's, you know, I really am excited. Obviously, as I mentioned, I guess I can mention it here. Sorry if you watch both shows, then I'm kind of echoing a lot. I don't want to turn. Oh, cancel. I have an Alexa, and the keyword is that E word. So every time I say it, it turns on. Anyway, it's listening to me. It knows what I'm talking about. It's weird. But, yeah, so, what was I going to say? Oh, so I'm working on another big project as well, with the classic and guides. And that's because I play Overwatch so much that I feel like I can make fun videos with that. So I'm working on another major project with Overwatch that I want to be doing alongside the WoW Classic stuff. And it's going to be I don't know when it's going to come out. Like, I don't know when I want to get it started, but I'm working on it. You know, TBA, I guess, when the guides start coming, or not guides, but the videos start coming out, you'll know, I guess. That's going to be a lot of fun, because I'm going to go through each hero and explain what it's like to play the game as a visually impaired player when I'm trying to play that hero. So you can imagine when I start playing the snipers, how awful I'm going to be, and how funny it's going to be to watch me suck mercilessly. So we will see how that goes, but I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you'd like, you can support this channel on Patreon. Links to all of this can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.